Hello everyone, I'm Richa Dhody and welcome to the first episode of the Richa Dhody Show. Send me your love by subscribing to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. I would love to hear from all of you, so write your comments below. As this channel is all about weddings, I wanted my first guest to be a wedding planner. So if you guys want to start a career in wedding planning, guys, I'm telling you, this episode is a crash course of real experiences for you. So stay tuned and let's get started. The decision to start your own business is never easy. And my guest today started her own wedding planning firm called the Plisful Planning just a year ago and has already made it profitable. During our chat, she describes how she literally found her passion and what to expect from a wedding planner's job. She talks about how to gather inspiration from around you and what is the limit of sharing information with the bride on the day of the event. In the end, she gives such a relevant advice on social media. Let's welcome my very dear friend Danielle Plis.
Hi Danielle, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. I was so excited to have you just because I think we started, you and me, we started in the industry almost the same time. While you were entering into planning, I was getting into design, and then do you remember how we first met? Oh my God, I remember that wedding.
Yeah. What was really nice about that wedding was I worked on so many different events and so many different vendors, and when I first saw you, that wedding was so in detail, and there were so many tables, and there were so many different moving parts and different vendors involved. And you came in, and we were in contact that week, but you came in and we had to bring in separate linens for the tables, for the specific tables, and then you worked with me so well that day.
Hey, remember the bridal bouquet?
The bridal bouquet was wrong, and we fixed it. We worked as a team, and we just met, and we were we have to do this together.
I know.
And it was the best. It was no one even knew there was anything wrong. It was perfect.
Exactly. Yeah, in the end, it was just as if it was a smooth running event. Right? How do you then when did you decide to be in this industry? Did you know about the mess that is going to be in the wedding industry before you entered?
No. I never was in, I never even thought about this industry my whole life. My whole life I wanted to be a caretaker, so I went to nursing school. I didn't, I just couldn't find my place there, and I just felt like it wasn't for me. But I loved the helping field. A lot of the reason why I went to college and I went to I went into my bachelor's in psychology with a minor in drug and alcohol counseling. So I graduated in that, and that was what I wanted to do. And then when I got in the field, I felt I was so passionate about that field, but I felt I was coming home from work every day, and I'm I'm so just depressed. It's a place where you really don't have any really happiness going on in your life, because everything that you're going through is dealing with somebody else's issues, and I loved helping people, but I didn't feel fulfilled myself. So
yeah,
I was starting the master's program to get my license, and I dropped the program 2 weeks before the semester ended, and I was I don't want to do this. And my mom's what? You just paid all this money for school. I'm I don't want to be a counselor. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to find something that I physically feel passionate about and want to get up every day and have a positivity around me. So I was Googling jobs. I had no idea what to do. I went to the city, worked at a hedge fund as a front desk. I was trying to find my place, and this is not for me. I'm not I can't be in a place that's quiet and everyone's doing their own thing. I wanted to just find my place. So I started working at an event production company in Windsor, and I had no idea what the industry was about. But I picked it up so quickly, and I felt my ideas and my thoughts mattered, and people would gravitate towards my opinion on things. And I'm wait a second, people actually maybe I'm good at this,
yeah.
And I started really taking the business to another level. I started promoting them and marketing for them and going on meetings and trying to get new clients and new vendors and new venues to use us as their preferred vendor.
Yeah.
I did a really good job at it. And then a lot of the brides.
Who were you working with at that time?
Who was I working with?
Uh-huh.
It was a company called Janet's Weddings and Parties in Windsor, New Jersey.
So how was the experience like? You got the whole ownership of, being able to express yourself?
Well, when I worked at Janet's, I had a very large responsibility, and I loved it. I loved being able to be the person of contact for every client. I loved being able to write the proposals the way that I knew they were going to be able to understand them. I had control, and I loved that. I started working with the bride with their designing of their wedding, and then when they got close to me, I would say, I do day of coordination on my own, and I'd work with my boss at the time, and I would say to her, okay, I'll give you 10% of this wedding, and she made money off of the fact that I was utilizing her clients. And at the end of the day, I was there on site making money for myself, but also overshadowing her staff to make sure they were getting their stuff done, which I already knew what was supposed to be going on.
Wow.
So, a win for both of us. And then I just had this feeling of I want to be my own business owner. So I said to my boss, I said, listen, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna give you 2 weeks. I'm gonna take a complete jump and a risk in my life to start my own full time. And I've been full time since September, and it was the best decision I've ever made. I feel so empowered, and I finally feel my place is just exactly where I wanted to be in my life. I finally am. And I just love this industry. It's all about just creating the most monumental moments for people. And I just love that.
Yeah. So did you already have few projects in hand when you decided to take that leap?
Yes. So I had a few day of coordinations. I had some repeat clients that I worked with while I was working there that contacted me again and said, can you help me with this? And so it kind of just built off of word of mouth. That was really started. And once I started with my Instagram, I hired somebody to run my Instagram because I wasn't always good at the social media aspect of it. I'm more I can sell myself to a client. It's hard for me to be on the phone and be I like to meet people, I like to interact. So I started to do that. And then I just started building my platform to show people okay, listen, if you need this, I can assist you with that. If you only need this, I can assist you with that. And it kind of just is starting to just come to a point where people are recommending me, and I'm building relationships with other vendors, and that's really key here.
Oh my God, isn't that fantastic? So Danielle, tell me something. Do you remember your first job? The first event that you got, which was yours, and what was the feeling at that time?
I do remember my first event. It was at Yasma Polana in Princeton, and it was a Russian wedding.
Okay.
I met with the client. I actually met the clients through my old job, and I worked with them with the whole design of their wedding, and then I ended up being the day of coordinator for them. And I worked so hard, diligently for 3 weeks before to make sure everything was in line, that every vendor I was working with knew who I was, and I was ready to leap and take the faith of please let this be successful. Everything was great, and the wedding went really nice. And then during the cocktail hour, they had 250 people in one area, and the bride and groom wanted to showcase themselves during the cocktail hour. That was the time they were going to be seen because the ceremony was after the cocktail hour because they were Jewish.
Yeah.
After sundown, they did the ceremony. So the first time they were being seen was during the cocktail hour, and this venue had a gorgeous staircase, beautiful staircase. But originally, the bride and groom said they just wanted to walk into the room to be seen. So shoved in one room. We have the doors about to be open. Bride and groom are coming through, and last minute, no joke, 30 seconds before it started, the mother of the bride goes, no, we want them in the front. We want them to come down the staircase. And I'm okay. And I just literally got on my tippy toes, and I was excuse me, everybody, please. I had to move 250 people in and I was everybody, and I shoved everybody through the door, and no one even knew what was going on. They were just what? And it literally created just a sense of, okay, I can handle this. I can do this. And it was not everybody's meant for these types of jobs, because every job is going to put you in a placement of, I have to figure this out right now. Like, I have to use critical thinking. What's going to get me the best like solution here? And in that moment, I couldn't stand there and be like, excuse me, can you please move? Can you please move? It would have never got done.
Yeah.
And tippy toes, I was like, excuse me, everybody, please, please relocate to this area. And like, it worked out. And everybody that was working at the venue was kind of just standing there, and no one was helping me. And I'm like, and I just did it, and I got it done, and I stood in the corner. I was like, this is good. And then,
Oh my God, that was like your first experience.
yeah, like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. But every job that I do, there's always something unexpected. And most of the time, the bride and groom have no idea. I mean, the wedding that we did together, that day, we were going to the church. The bride told me that she had a babysitter for the children during the reception. I text the babysitter, hey, just confirming. I confirmed with her the day before. She said yes. Texted her confirming she was going to be there at 5 p.m. Texted me back, my car broke down, I can't come, and blocked me. And I'm like, great. I have no babysitter for 12 little babies. So I called the hairstylist, because I knew she was from the area, and I said, Nada, do you have anybody in the area that can babysit? She was like, we Ubered her babysitter from Staten Island to the Legacy Castle, because I wasn't going to person. I wanted to make sure this person was a reputable source, And we got them there. They watched the kids all night. We Ubered them back. The bride had no idea that her babysitter canceled.
Really?
No idea. I grabbed the best man. I said, I need your credit card. I ran his credit card to Uber the girl, and it worked out. So little things happen, and if you're not a good, quick thinker, you're not going to get them solved in time. Or make it work. Like, you can't get upset about the situation. You have to think to yourself, how do I fix this? Things are never, you don't need to tell your clients when there's problems unless you can't resolve them.
Yeah.
I went to my bride and said to her, the babysitter canceled. Like that is not her problem. She's to make sure that everything is going smoothly. Do not tell your clients anything that day. You figure it out.
That is your biggest advice to other planners.
Because you don't want to deal with a bride that's freaking out. Like, no way. No way.
Yeah. Oh my God. But tell me something, like, do you ever feel like the fear of competition? Like, there's so many planners around. How do you, does that give you stress sometimes?
Absolutely. I mean, I try to follow so many people on Instagram to give me inspiration. Like, I follow people for, just content inspiration. I follow people for design information. I follow other planners. Some people are doing so unbelievably amazing that you're like, how did you get to that point in your life?
Yeah.
But I try to think to myself, you know what? Like, somebody started somewhere, and all you have to do is just put yourself out there, and eventually it'll work out for you.
Who are those people?
I would say Scott Lentz from New York City is one of the people I always look up to.
Oh yeah.
His designs are just so beautiful. His execution is just unbelievable. I just think everything he does is so unique, and I love him.
So true.
A planner, I would say, there's a girl named Addie White, Madison Weiss, I think, on Instagram. She's actually from a specific, a certain area that she's pretty close to me. She's probably my age. She just has a lot of content. I don't know her personally, but I follow her, and I think that she just is very inspiring. She gives you a lot of information. She's not she tells you what the process of having a planner is like. It's not a secretive, I feel that she has her stuff together and she's doing very well, and I look up to that. I want to be at a point where I can feel people look up to me,
Yeah.
And that's all about putting the right content out there.
Yes.
I think that's super important. But it's nice to have people that you're inspired by. I think that's really key in this industry, is to keep people in your corner, even if you don't communicate with them, just to look and see what they're doing, what's the new and upcoming things. A lot of so many risks when they do events. They might do something that the average person would be like, I don't think that's really nice. I don't understand the vision. But then when it comes to life, you understand the organized unorganized mess, you know what I mean? Like in their head.
So tell me, like, what is your typical like project timeline like? Like, let's say a client comes in, how much time do they take to book you?
So normally any client that reaches out to me for an event, I do meet with them or Skype with them, however they want to communicate, discuss their event, what their event entails, what are you looking for. I provide many different services. So if you want to have your own event, right, and you want to plan everything yourself and you want to utilize your vendors and you want me to just come and set it up for you, that's one type of service that I offer, and that's a very popular service. A lot of people want to be creative. They want to save cost. They want to do things themselves. So I would meet with them, a week before their event. They would show me how everything's set up, or they would take pictures from me so I can execute it properly. And then I would set up their event. That normally would be like a 1 month, 2 month process. It's really not that difficult. I love doing events like that. I genuinely do like doing that. It's really just the execution and the control of detail is really important to me. And then an event on the other scale would be somebody reaching out to me for a baby shower, like smaller events, to design it for them. There would be a design fee included, additional, and then there would be a setup fee. So that was basically like my second tier. I would, if you need some options as to what pricing you want to be within, like I can help you with that. And that's really important because people don't know what they want to spend their money on. I really am really focused on having a dessert table. I will then tell them, well, we have to do minimalistic centerpieces, or we can't do an elaborate tablescape. Like it's kind of just, you have to give them options. My large planning would be like corporate events and weddings. Those are usually a year to a year and a half, depending on when their wedding is, when they reach out to me. I try to plan things earlier. I do give them a whole timeline as to what needs to be done in each month. I check in on them. Did you get this done? Did you, send this email? Please, what can I help you do? I try to stay on top of every single person, but most of the time, the brides are on top of it because they're so excited that they don't forget. They're like, oh, no, I did it. I'm like, okay, great.
Okay.
But all of my services are so, they vary to different ranges. I think that it's good because people then feel like they can kind of pick and choose what they want assistance with. But I don't know. I feel like I can see how people can get stuck in one direction. But for me, it's like every event that I do is so different. And I love that. I love being able to throw ideas. Do you like this or do you like that? I like this. Okay, now I have a better direction as to where they're going. To pick people's thoughts apart is really what's important in this industry, because people cannot articulate their thoughts well. I always print out 2 mood boards, and if they tell me they want an event that's let's say they want a bridal shower that's very organic, right? The word organic to some people doesn't mean the same thing. So for me, I would print out 2 types of mood boards with very cream, white, a lot of eucalyptus, a lot of natural, and then I'll take one that's very modern and streamlined with, you know what I mean? Because people think that they know what they're talking about, but they can, when they visualize, when they look at something, they can sense what it looks like. So for me, I always use visuals with everything I do, even with calligraphy. Do you like this one or do you like this one? Because some people might like the really strict calligraphy and some people might like the very clean lines. It's really, everyone's so different that you really have to be focused on what the client is looking for, how to pick apart their thoughts, and how to articulate them into creating something that's going to be what they want. That's really what's important.
Right. So what is your one advice to the upcoming new planners? What would you say?
My advice to them would be to promote yourself. I just started getting into the whole process of putting myself out there as who I am. When you say your company's, my company's Plisful Planning, right? And you post beautiful pictures of your weddings and you really showcase all the work you've done, they don't have a face behind that. They just are like, oh, this is a nice company. But now I've been implementing, putting my face out there, doing videos, making content. I think that that's super important because it sets you apart from the other people doing it. I think that like having people bond with you through videos and advice and making yourself known is key. The first year that I was doing this, I didn't put myself out there. I was just strictly behind Instagram, posting things, writing blogs, doing all that, making a website, but nobody knew who I was.
That personal connect, like you need to be personally out there and share what you genuinely feel, or in any way if you can help somebody, just sharing your knowledge, right?
Absolutely. And I think like more industry professionals who get together, instead of it being like I'm a planner and you're a planner, like we are against each other, it should be we're together. So if you, God forbid, need somebody, even during this pandemic, like some people are going to be double booked for events. You should have other planners that you can trust to, even if they're working under their own name, be able to call and say, hey, can you work on this event? I have 2 events coming up, or can you help me design this? Like, I think that that's important, is to build relationships and make sure that you are being seen as your own person. It's not like just your business. Like, yeah, my business is Plisful Planning, but I'm Danielle and I'm the owner and I'm going to help you through this, and making it like more personal experience, I would advise.
That is such a beautiful, great advice, Danielle. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your stories, for being genuine, and for, I'm sure that people who are listening this are going to feel like they got so much out of our talk. Yeah, thank you so much. I had so much fun talking to you. And I'll be sharing all your Instagram links below. I love you. Thank you. Bye.
You know what my biggest takeaway was? That marketing your work alone is not enough. Your personality is a part of your brand, and that needs to be marketed as well. What was your takeaway? Tell me in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.